Here with Josh Lindeman, head coach, Addison Panthers coach. Extremely great success over the past couple of years. 20 straight Cascades Conference wins, 3 straight Cascades Conference championships. You lose a lot off last year's squad, but you have a program that has continued to develop success. Can you talk about how that previous success has prepared your team for this year?
I think it's an expectation. All of our guys, our young guys coming in, know that we talk about it and we embrace the idea that we've won 3 straight conference titles, that we've won 20 straight conference games, and I think our younger guys, mixed in with a little bit of the experience that we have coming back, have really embraced the idea that they don't want to be the group that stops it. I mean, eventually it's going to come to an end, but I think they're practicing and preparing with that urgency that they don't want to be, and I think the previous success has helped get that in all those guys, and they just want to meet that expectation.
Have you seen the leadership out of some of your new guys coming in to take leadership roles that you expect out of leaders of your team, especially in the off-season workouts in the weight room, things like that?
Yeah, our 2 captains have done a really good job. Dylan Saudi, our returning starting quarterback, and Nathan Sines, who was a starter for us as a sophomore, didn't get to play last year due to injury, is coming back. They've really kind of grabbed everything and been the vocal leaders and the determined leaders and working hard in the off-season. But we have a really good group of young guys who want to be part. We have a couple sophomores on the offensive line who are going to play and play a lot, and they've really kind of embraced it. It's always nice to see as a coach when all of a sudden your sophomores are actually telling people kind of like, hey, what to do and what we need to do. So we got a good young group coming. We're just going to be young in spots, and when the lights get turned on on Friday night, they got to be the man now. They can't sit back and watch somebody else do it.
One of your team motto is family. Can you talk about what that means for you and also what it means for the program?
It's simple, like we've discussed. It's we try to create men who are willing to sacrifice themselves for the good of others. So for their wife, for their children in the future, their companies that they work for, things of that nature. So we're gonna forget about ourselves and we're gonna love each other. We're gonna sacrifice. We're gonna play different positions we might not like. And in our offense, we don't have a single back that gets the ball. We don't have a quarterback who's gonna throw it 100 times. We don't have a receiver who's gonna catch 50 balls. It's gonna rotate. We don't even keep track of who's getting the ball most of the time. It's just whatever guy's in there and they do it, and so it's kind of goes hand in hand with everything that we're trying to teach within our program.
So on your offensive side of the ball, you bring back 3 starters. Only 2 of them are going to be in the same position they were last year. Can you talk about an exceptional offense last year, but your offense is set in a way where these guys have been running it for years? How does that help you and prepare you when you got to reset a team with so many starters that left?
I think it's just that. It does help you. We're not going to ask kids to do something they haven't been doing. They've done this at the middle school level. They've done it at the JV level and had success with it. Those kids are excited about it when we talk about it, filling out somebody else's shoes. And we're not going to ask one kid to go out and do it. We're not going to ask one kid to go out and replace a kid who's rushed for 2,000 yards. It's going to be a by-committee group. And I think that builds confidence with kids because they're just being plugged in and they're going to continue to do what they've done for a long time. So those young guys are confident and they feel like they can get it done.
You had an exceptional defense last year. You bring back 3 of those defensive players. You got to fill some spots. Can you talk about your expectations for your defense this year?
Same thing. Our goal is to come out and play, a violent game of football on both sides of the ball. We want to be the toughest team on the field, and we want to embrace that. Yes, we lost some really, good defensive players and had a really good defense last year. But again, it's just like our offense. We're going to have young guys that are going to get plugged in. We're going to coach them up, and we're going to play physical, violent football on, Friday night and let the scoreboard be the determining factor of how we played that night.
What does this team need to do in fall camp and early on in the season to prepare yourself to compete and win a 4th straight conference championship?
Focus on the little things, the details. Try not to focus on that 4th conference title. It will come if we take care of everything that we're supposed to take care of. So from day 1, get better. Get better. Be better day 2 than we are day 1. Embrace the physicality of fall camp, which is a grind, and we talk about that often, and being excited about it and how you feel after an exhausted day on the battlefield. So I think if we do that, I think things will take care of itself by the time we play week 1.
Head coach Josh Lindeman of the Addison Panthers. They're going to start week 1 against Pine River, and then they're going to get right into Cascades Conference play where they expect to compete for another Cascades Conference championship. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.